Coming up on NewsWatch Ole Miss, low water levels at the Mississippi River are starting to affect farmers.
And gas prices are rising again, and plane travel is looking more expensive at the start of the holiday season.
And NFL wide receiver Davante Adams shoves a man to the ground after the loss last night. This and more coming up. NewsWatch Ole Miss starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I'm Hannah Baker.
And I'm Annabelle Kinney. A shocking story tonight. A 15-year-old mother gave birth to her baby in the bathroom of her home in Macon, Mississippi. After giving birth, the mother then took the baby boy outside and abandoned him in the woods. The teen mother's family says they had no idea their daughter was even expecting a child. According to Chief Police David Beck, the baby was left outside for around 30 minutes, but was found and remains in good condition. Beck also says the Department of Human Services is involved in the case and no charges are being filed against the mother since the baby is alive and well.
After an alert notifying police of a stolen car's location, 2 suspects were arrested after it was found in Collierville. Police have found and arrested the 2 suspects who stole the car just outside of Marshall County. Yesterday, an alert notified officers the stolen vehicle was in the area of Forest Hill. When they arrived at the scene, one of the suspects attempted to run away but was unsuccessful. After searching the vehicle, illegal property was found inside consisting of a firearm, suspected methamphetamine and paraphernalia, a possible stolen catalytic converter, and an electric saw. Both suspects are in custody as of now.
Children and teens who want a career in law enforcement met yesterday at the Oxford Police Department. Correspondent Maddie Grace Morris met with OPD to see what the law enforcement post-workshop was all about.
Yesterday, the Oxford Police Department held a meeting for the youth and their parents who are interested in a future in law enforcement. I spoke with Breck Jones to see what the meeting was all about and why it was so important for kids to attend.
Our Explore program is a program that's primarily for people that are interested in potentially joining law enforcement, and they're in junior high school kind of age, and even up through college. You have to be 21 to be a certified officer, and so this is kind of a pilot program for people that think they might be interested in you to come in and learn about kind of the background of police work and kind of why things happen the way they happen, and it's just a neat program.
You should follow the OPD Twitter account to keep up with what's going on in Oxford. NewsWatch Ole Miss, Maddie Grace Morris.
This week marks the 6th year since House Speaker Philip Gunn and Governor Reeves announced the scrapping of the Mississippi Advocate Education Program formula. This determines the amount of state funds each local district should receive. Over the past 6 years, there have been multiple attempts with other states and other legal officials. Governor Reeves says doing what we believe is best for the kids is increasing funding in the classroom rather than in the district office in 2019. The MAEP has been fully funded only twice since it was enacted in 1997, the last being in 2007. For this current school year, the program is underfunded $279.3 million and continues to be underfunded $3.35 billion since 2008. Whether there will be an effort to make the rewrite of the MAEP in the 2023 campaign season is still uncertain.
Saturday, the Oxford High School Band marched to victory in 2 competitions hosted by Tupelo. The band received superior ratings at the State Marching Festival and then also placed first in both color guard and percussion, as well as second place in reserve grand champion at the Mississippi Marching Band competition. This qualified them for the State Marching Championship on October 22nd. The band will also perform tomorrow at the Oxford Homecoming Parade and the Homecoming football game Friday night. OHS Band Director Aaron Bailey says he is so proud of the students and how hard they have worked and looks forward to where they can take this year's show.
A Mississippi River treasure hunter made a historical finding while scouting out the banks of the Mississippi River. Patrick Ford stumbled upon a shipwreck from the early 20th century. Louisiana State archaeologist Chip McGimsey says that this finding is from when the Baton Rouge ferryboat named SS Brookhill sank in 1915. At first, Ford thought this was an old wall, but when he returned to the same spot the following week, the water was lower and remains of a ship appeared. Next week, a team from the state will visit the site and take measurements and make drawings of what's left of Brook Hill. Here on NewsWatch, we try to tell the stories of students and residents here in Oxford, and one way we do this is through our question of the week. Since midterms are on everyone's minds here on campus, reporter Amelia Ward asked how they cope with the stress of midterms.
As midterms did conclude here last week at Ole Miss, it's evident that stress levels did get a little high. Let's see what students did to cope with their stress.
My name is Cooper Law, and I deal with midterm stress by hanging out with my friends.
Okay, my name is Allie Hollabeck, and I deal with stress usually by running, or I just power through the whole thing and have one day where I study all day at the library.
My name is Andrew Valone, and during midterms, to deal with stress, I usually will go to the driving range and hit some golf balls, or go be outside, walk around in the Grove, eat some lunch out there or something.
My name is Brianna Allman, and I deal with stress by going on walks and listening to music.
My name is Jeffrey Jordan, and I tend to deal with stress by compressing it all to the last minute and then just getting it done in one fell swoop.
My name is Jill, and I deal with stress during midterms by trying to create a plan and staying very organized and just taking small breaks every now and then just to make sure I don't overdo it.
Finding ways to de-stress is so important as a student. For Ole Miss NewsWatch, I'm Amelia Ward.
And the annual Harvest Supper is scheduled for October 13th. This event has become one of the South's showcase events for arts, food, philanthropy, and community fellowship. The event is from 6:30 to 10 o'clock on the 13th and is expecting a sold-out crowd this year. The event will also feature works from 25 participating artists that will be sold on an online auction fundraiser starting on October 6th. The Harvest Supper was created as a fundraiser to help support the University Museum and its historic homes, including Roanoke, and raises more than $150,000 annually to support education, collections, acquisitions, and other vital projects that are not funded by the university.
Coming up, Mississippi river levels are affecting farmers and produce prices.
And important updates on gas and travel prices as we go into the holiday season. More on this, but first, here's a look at your current conditions.
It is a beautiful day here in Oxford, but it does not look like it will be staying that way throughout this week. Stay tuned for more weather conditions.
These are more than just the sounds of a safe place to go after school. These are the sounds of interest being ignited and of mentors making an impact. At Boys and Girls Clubs, we don't do just one thing. We do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid who comes through those doors. Because whatever it takes is what it takes to build great futures. Great futures start here.
Great having you. Incredible women. I wish they had those kind of cool careers for women when we were growing up.
So in this flashback, we're all the same age?
Yeah. What does everyone want to be when they grow up?
If I say 2 jobs, do I get extra credit?
No.
I want to make immersive video games. I want to revolutionize 3D printing. I want to analyze data from the cloud.
I want to be a meteor.
You mean meteorologist?
No.
That's great, Al. Follow your dreams.
For the record, I was a baby in the 70s.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Is my light bright enough? You're such a glow-off.
Well, you know.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Legacy isn't just about where you're from, it's about where you're going. So where are you going?
I'm going to be the first in my family to graduate.
I'm going to make a difference.
Just like my granddad.
I'm going to make the bestseller list.
And I'm going to help him get there.
I'm going to win a championship.
Again! I'm going to lock the vault! Hotty toddy!
I'm going to take the next step.
I'm going to bring them to their feet.
I'm going to Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Build your legacy.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Farmers are starting to face hardships with Mississippi River levels dropping. Farmers and agricultural workers are having to wait 4 to 5 hours just to get their grain into grain elevators. Ncaa County is the only location as of now that farmers can get their grain to barge. Other grain elevators in Memphis, Friars Point, Greenville, and Rosedale are closed because of the river level being too low. Some have even waited 9 hours just to drop off one truckload. Farmers are saying if the beans used to feed cattle, pork, and poultry have to wait too long, those items in the grocery store could raise in price along with other food and fuel prices.
Farmers and ag workers telling me that they're having to wait 4 and 5 hours just to get into grain elevators where they can dump their grain. It's an unprecedented scene outside a grain elevator on Moon Landing Parkway in Ncaa County. Large lines of traffic, trucks loaded with soybeans, and farmers trying to get them dumped and on barges and shipped out. Many farmers and drivers here tell me they can't get their grain to barges at any other grain elevator because the water is too low.
From what I've been hearing, this is the only place open. They close in Memphis, they close in Friar Point, they close in Greenville, Rodale. So, because of the river. Ag economy experts couldn't tell me when it will hit consumers, but if the beans, which are used in cattle feed and things like catfish feed and pork and poultry feed, have to wait too long, those items in the grocery store could go up.
Well, if the farmers can't get the crops out, then it'll mess up everything. Food, the prices will go up in the grocery stores.
Like I told you, these barges, the river's so low, you can't move these barges right now. So without these barges being moving, these beans can't leave. And if these beans can't leave, we can't bring them in.
I've been here ever since 6:30 this morning, and I probably ain't moved a foot. Henry Cole of Ncaa County drives soybeans to barges for a local farm. He tells me he's waited as long as 9 hours to drop off one truckload.
It's been smooth in the past. You know, we come out, dump, go back, pick up grain and come back.
But right now, everybody is backed up and waiting. Reporting in Ncaa County, Tom Dees, Fox 13 News.
River levels may not be the only thing affecting the economy. Bank of America warns the U.S. could start losing thousands of jobs in the coming months of 2023, as much as 100,000 jobs a month, which could potentially lead to a recession. With the unemployment rate rising to 5.5%, that's just 1% higher than what the Fed expects. However, it's well below the peak of nearly 15% in April of 2020. E-cigarettes have become a dangerous problem for teenagers and young adults. According to both the CDC and FDA, more than 2.5 million of middle and high school students in the U.S. reported using e-cigarettes this year. Mandy Gaither has a deeper look at the data and what the tobacco-free advocates say needs to happen to keep kids safe.
It's a potentially dangerous problem plaguing kids. More than 2.5 million middle and high school students in the U.S. reported using e-cigarettes this year, according to data from the CDC and FDA.
Kids aren't just experimenting with e-cigarettes. They're using them all the time.
Not only is nicotine found in many e-cigarettes addictive, but it can also affect a developing brain, which can impact attention, memory, and learning, says Vince Wilmore with the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids.
Many of the e-cigarettes on the market right now deliver huge doses of nicotine. Some of them deliver as much nicotine as a pack of 20 cigarettes.
According to the 2022 National Youth Tobacco Survey, nearly 85% of current middle and high school users chose flavored products. Fruit was the top preferred flavor, followed by mint, menthol, and candy or other sweet flavors.
We need to clear the market of flavored products. But unfortunately, the FDA has missed deadline after deadline to protect our kids.
In a statement, the FDA says it's actively working to identify violations and to swiftly seek corrective actions, particularly for products popular among youth. The agency says it issued warning letters to some of the companies that sell the brand most commonly reported in the survey, adding that the products are being sold without marketing authorization. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
You can expect gas prices to hit $4 a gallon this week across the country, with some states already inflated. However, the good news is that prices might not stay there for long. The recent rise, up 12 cents over last week, is caused by OPEC's decision to cut production. West Coast refineries have been offline because of accidents and maintenance, but now that they're back up and running, the price in western states is already dropping. If you happen to see the $4 prices this week, you can expect to drop back down by the end of next week. Along with gas prices, travel tickets are also soaring. With Thanksgiving travel about to take off, it will be the most expensive of the last 5 years. Travel site Hoppers says tickets will cost 19% more compared to last year. The average domestic round trip ticket, $274, and now the pressure is on airlines to avoid a meltdown like this summer, when they canceled a total of 55,000 flights. Federal data shows 40% of all cancellations were for reasons that airlines could control, not weather. But airlines insist the blame is on the understaffed air traffic control centers. Even still, carriers are cutting their fall schedules, a move Delta called a huge improvement in curbing summer cancellations and delays. And industry shows American Airlines dropped 31,000 placeholder flights from its November schedule. But if you're traveling this season, this adds up to a travel season with fewer options and higher prices.
And if you're looking for discounts in spite of these rising prices, Amazon may be the place for you. Yep, it's Prime Day again. Day one, that is, of Amazon's new Prime Early Access sale. Tuesday and Wednesday, you'll find deep discounts exclusively for Prime members on everything from electronics, kitchen and home products, and must-have toys to beauty favorites and top fashion picks. Prime Day typically only happens once a year in June, so this is a bonus sale for those hoping to save, and it's the perfect time for it as we head into the holiday season. Now here's Mallory with a quick look at weather.
It looks like we might be needing our umbrellas here in Oxford this week. Stay tuned to find out which days after this break.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Severe weather can strike anytime, anywhere, but there's a simple way to stay safe. Hey, Jim Cantori here. I stay safe in dangerous weather by planning ahead. You can stay safe too with a few easy steps. Build an inexpensive kit with supplies for your family's needs. Write down important information like phone numbers and medications. Always talk with your family and remember any pets in your planning. Be ready, be safe. Start your plan today at ready.gov/plan.
Hey Rebels, I am Mallory Edgen with your weather for today. It is a beautiful day here in Oxford and our temperatures have dropped a little bit since last week. We currently have a temperature of 79 and sunny with winds coming in from the south-southeast at 6 miles per hour. Looking into our region, we are seeing much of the same thing. It is not too hot and also not too cold. We have a temperature of 79 in South Haven and also in Oxford, 78 in Holly Springs and in Corinth, and then topping us out in Tupelo, we have a temperature of 81. Looking into tonight, our temperature is going to drop just a little bit. We can expect a temperature of 58 and slightly cloudy with winds coming in from the south-southeast at 2 to 3 miles per hour. Taking a look into tomorrow, we can expect a temperature of 83 and thunderstorms with winds coming in from the south-southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. So this could be a good night to stay in and get comfy. Now let's take a look at our region again. We are again seeing much of the same thing. We are all in our 80s with South Haven topping us out at 84 degrees. Now let's take a look at our 5-day weather forecast. It looks like we are going to be having some ups and downs this week. Looking into tomorrow, we are going to have a high of 83 and a low of 53. On Thursday, we're going to have a high of 74 and a low of 43. Friday, we're going to have a high of 78 and a low of 53. Saturday, 84 and 58. And then Sunday, 75 and 49. It looks like we might be staying in a few of these days this week, but make sure to go out and enjoy the sunshine on Thursday, Friday, and on Saturday. Looking into our week, our temperatures are going to stay pretty consistent and we are going to see thunderstorms tomorrow and a slight chance of rain on Sunday. So go ahead and make sure to grab your umbrellas. That is it for the weather today. I hope you all have a great week and hotty toddy.
And coming up, the volleyball team is set for a tough test on the road and we'll hear from head coach Lane Kiffin. I'll have all that up more next in sports.
A legacy takes time. Takes dedication, spirit, and a greater vision. That vision starts here at the University of Mississippi. What will you be remembered by? Your character, your contributions, your friendship. Your legacy will define who we are now and who we are becoming for our state, our students, and our future. Ole Miss, build your legacy.
Bring it. Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Ole Miss 18th NCAA tournament appearance.
This is fun, folks, as Baker's peeling it. Little heat check. Snow Collins for three. Bring it up.
Said, I love Madison Scott.
Ole Miss Rebels are having a lot of fun, and you can see why.
Volleyball team heads back on the road for a midweek matchup with number 18 Kentucky on Wednesday, October 12th. The Rebels swept the series with Alabama over the weekend, picking up their first 2 home victories in 2022. Kentucky leads the all-time series with Ole Miss 49-12. It has been an extremely lopsided series as of late, with the Wildcats winning each of the last 19 meetings. The Rebels nearly snapped the streak this last season, taking the number 6 Kentucky to 5 sets in Oxford. Their last victory against the Wildcats came in Lexington in 2010. And Coach Kiffin was happy with the victory over Vanderbilt this weekend, but he was not happy with his team's sloppy start to the game.
But not very pleased how we started. We didn't tackle very well at all for the most part, so a lot of work to do.
Clean up the preparation for their battle with the Auburn Tigers this weekend. It was another exciting edition of Monday Night Football last night with the Kansas City Chiefs and Las Vegas Raiders went head-to-head. The Chiefs came out on top at the end, winning 30-29. The Raiders came out hot last night to start the game and took a 17-0 lead early on. The Chiefs started having momentum until the nose tackle Chris Jones was called for roughing the passer after a strip sack of the Raiders quarterback Derek Carr. Carr finished with 241 yards passing, and Josh Jacobs ran for 133 yards and the score of this Chiefs' fourth consecutive victory over Las Vegas. The Raiders will face the Texans on October 23rd at home, and the Chiefs will face the Bills on Sunday in a rematch of January's playoff overtime thriller. And Las Vegas Raiders wide receiver Davante Adams shoved a man to the ground after following a loss to the Kansas City Chiefs last night. He's reportedly facing discipline from the NFL. Adams shoved the man to the ground on his way to the tunnel after the game ended. The identity of the camera operator is unknown, but he's reportedly filing a report against Adams after the altercation. Adams walked into the locker room without looking back. According to media sources, the NFL is still examining the situation. And that's all I've got for sports. Be sure to follow us at rebel_watch for the latest sports updates.
Thanks, Skylar. Coming up, a new home decor line incorporating salad dressing.
Yes, Hidden Valley is taking the term ranch house to a whole new level. More on this coming up after the break.
Times during class and I tell her to talk to him. And it's like, oh, ew.
Julia, are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
We're all just trying to keep things running for those who rely on us.
Ready!
That's why we don't have time to be sick with the flu. And especially this year, no one has time to get sick. Get a flu shot for yourself and those around you too.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
Have you heard of a ranch house? Well, this is not the one you're thinking of.
Nope, we mean ranch dressing. This wallpaper is courtesy of beloved dressing brand Hidden Valley. You can see the brand's bright colors with bottles of ranch and slices of slathered pizza.
And it's not just wallpaper. There's also bedding, placemats, notebooks, shower curtains, and even a sofa. Clearly, Hidden Valley doesn't think you should hide your love of ranch. Well, I'm definitely going to be on the lookout because my roommate is obsessed with ranch.
I'm not sure if I would invest. I'm more of a Thousand Island girl.
That is also very good. You can't go wrong with that either.
Okay,
That's all for tonight. For NewsWatch Ole Miss, I'm Hannah Baker.
And I'm Annabelle Kinney. Be sure to follow us on social media, and we'll see you again tomorrow night at 5.
Thank you and good night.